The conflict between Ukraine and Russia has reached a critical stage. On one side, Ukraine faces significant challenges, manpower shortages, morale issues, and increasing casualties from advanced Russian weaponry. On the other, Russia, holding the initiative, shows little interest in a ceasefire as it consolidates gains in Donbass. With Donald Trump prepared to take office as US President, his administration might choose one of three paths to address this crisis. Let's explore these scenarios and their potential outcomes. Scenario 1. Full unlimited support to Ukraine. Here, the US would ramp up military aid, supplying advanced weaponry, long-range missiles, and intelligence to boost Ukraine's war efforts. Ukraine could recover lost ground and disrupt Russian logistics with precision strikes. However, with its manpower shortage, victory would likely depend on increasing reliance on foreign volunteers and Western-trained troops. But this path is fraught with risks. Russia might escalate its response, deploying more destructive conventional or nuclear-capable weapons. The prolonged conflict could exhaust both sides and strain international alliances. Alternatively, NATO might be drawn directly into the conflict, risking global escalation. Scenario 2. Forced territorial concessions. In this option, the US pressures Ukraine to accept a ceasefire favoring Russia, ceding territories like Crimea and Donbass. While this could halt immediate fighting, the cost to Ukraine would be immense. Its government might face domestic unrest, morale would plummet, and its sovereignty would be compromised. Meanwhile, Russia could consolidate its territorial gains and emerge emboldened for future aggression. But even for Russia, a frozen conflict might lead to long-term instability, with resistance simmering in occupied territories and international sanctions remaining in place. Scenario 3. US withdrawal. In this scenario, the US pulls back its support, urging Ukraine to determine its fate independently. Without substantial American aid, Ukraine's capacity to sustain its defense would weaken significantly. Russia, already holding the initiative, could advance further, seizing key territories. This might shift the conflict to Europe's responsibility, forcing NATO countries to step up or face the consequences of Russian dominance. However, Ukraine might resort to guerrilla warfare, prolonging the conflict at a lower intensity. Such an outcome could leave the region in a perpetual state of instability, with the credibility of the US as a security guarantor severely undermined. In every scenario, the stakes are enormous. Russia's military initiative makes a ceasefire unlikely in the short term, while Ukraine's resilience continues to be tested. As the conflict evolves, the choices of world leaders, including the Trump administration, will shape the future of not just Ukraine, but global stability. Will the world unite to find a balanced resolution, or will the conflict take an unpredictable turn? Only time will tell.